Welcome to the Regal Chunkay of the day, and right now we are in, where are we?
We're in Garden Village, Aruka.
Aruka, and this is the chef for today. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. Well, originally I was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised in Trinidad till I was 13, left, went back to the States, came back to Trinidad about 4 years ago and been hooked ever since. So I've been coming for 2 weeks every year for Carnival and been staying 6 months.
And you've seen evidence of the hooks.
Well, that's the beast, that's the game.
All right, and next to us here is the hitman.
Today I'm the cook man.
The cook man,
Yeah.
the sous
And
chef.
the sous
I
chef.
cannot refuse a good, nice pot. Ladies, you hear that?
So tell us about what we're gonna cook today.
What we're gonna do, I'm a fusion chef. Believe it or not, we all do fusion. We just don't know it. A stew, a curry, it's all fusion. It's all dishes from other countries, and we make it. It is correct. It is a mixture,
The fusion.
a fusion.
I think it's a Guyanese Trini mixture.
Well, I happen to be Trinidadian. My kids are Guyanese, American,
Oh,
Trinidadian. I happen to love a Guyanese cook-up.
yep.
If I am having
Both
a
of us, Steven.
if I am having a pilau, I like it soupy, which is perfect because that's a Guyanese cook-up.
For real.
So
for real.
what I've decided to do, I've decided to merge both dishes again, fusion. Guyanese dish, which is the cook-up, and the Trinidadian traditional pilau.
So we call it a Guy Trin.
A Gaitrin cook-up.
All right, now this is very interesting. Tell us about some of what you have here.
Some of the ingredients, well, traditionally, for a Guyanese cook-up, have to have cassava, black eye, chana. I'm a pigtail man, so we're going with pigtail.
We are pigtail, man.
Right, so
One of our
pigtail.
favorites- one of our
I'm not.
favorites.
You're not.
Hey,
Well-
you gotta sweet.
Well, again, it's a recipe that I've created here. Again, it's a fusion. But a recipe is simply a guideline. So you can tweak, you can play around with anything here. You can totally eliminate the pigtail and put chicken.
All right.
I've had it before with fish. I've had it with saltfish.
That's the Guyanese part of it.
Well-
Pilau with fish. Put in sardine in this pilau.
Sardine in tomato sauce actually comes in last. Again, traditionally for the Guyanese, the cook-up is white. It has really not much color. They get the color from the sardine.
Peas.
Right, they put a little bit of cashew, depending on who making it. Again, it's a recipe, you tweak it, you play with it.
Yes.
They get a little bit of color from the tomato sauce in the sardines. We have carrots, we have onions, we have celery. Pimentos, I eliminated sweet peppers because, again, I don't get pimentos in the States, so when I'm down here, I take advantage of it. So I eliminated the sweet peppers. Again,
You have a lot of pimento.
a lot of pimentos. All right, but we have to talk after this because the 5 pimentos for $1 in the airport and in the market killing my man. You know, 5.
Hitman is the one living in the bush. I live in the hat of
He
sugar.
hiding the rabbits something for me. He told me the last time, he said, don't pass by me and touch my rabbits,
You know it have a lot, eh? I will bring one of these days,
All
Steven,
right,
and
cool.
you will barbecue that for me.
Anything crawls into Hitman's home is dinner.
Anything.
Even a snail.
Anything.
Now, I notice you have here cassava. You're going to put cassava in the...
Fresh cassava, peeled.
Have you ever had that cassava in pilau?
Errol, it's a Guy Trini.
It's a Guy Trini mix. So again, the traditional part, it's mostly Guyanese, right? The tweak for the Trinidad part is I am stewing the meat. So I'm putting my oil, I'm burning my sugar, putting my ketchup, I'm stewing my meat, I'm putting in my vegetables, and from there we'll.
All right, so well, let's start it so at least everybody will see what it's like. So what you drink before you come
You
in?
try me and I'll tell you.
I drink happy juice, Errol.
And what you smoke?
Heightation. Alright, look, I'm fixing up Steven here.
So Stephen is one of those chefs that sweat a lot.
Sweat a lot.
See when
It's supposed to be minus 10 degrees in here.
Steven,
All right, so you're going to start this pilau with some Regal olive oil.
Right. So traditional
Hitman, hold that other mic there.
oil.
Okay, go to camera. Hey, camera here.
So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna stew this meat. So we're just waiting for the olive oil to heat up.
Oil in the pot.
Oil in the pot, approximately 3 to 4 tablespoons. So we're just waiting for that to come up to temp. And then we're gonna add our sugar. We're gonna wait for it to brown.
That's a little bit of oily, right?
Little bit of oil, I told you man, it's not gonna be greasy.
Yeah.
So a good indicator of when the oil is hot is it will start to shimmer.
You want to touch it and see, Hitman, if it's hot?
Yes.
A perfect way to do this is
See what man Steven had outside fire. The children don't try this at home.
This is for mad people only.
for mad people only. I would try it. If anyone is out there and you love a pilau, you love a soupy pilau, try this. It's perfect.
Stephen, after this program here, you might have to stay in Trinidad, eh?
Well,
Because women in Trinidad like men who just cook for them, eh?
well, the amount of
And you know Hitman don't cook.
and all kind of things. All right, so oil is hot. Simmering, you can see it. We see the smoke. All right, put in our sugar.
So they call that, you're gonna brown the sugar.
Going to brown the sugar now. That's all we're doing. We're stewing the pigtail first.
We're caramelizing the sugar.
Caramelizing the sugar, exactly.
You see,
I like
know
how you
big
say
word.
that. Perfect.
Caramelize.
Caramelize, right.
It
It sounds official.
Yeah.
Very official.
Mix up.
See how you didn't come up with that, man?
I know, Errol's smarter than me. Yeah. At least you like the taste so.
Now, it might look like a lot of sugar and a lot of oil, but it's really not. Because this dish here is serving about 30, 40 people easy. And it's 3-4 tablespoons of sugar for the most. And I would say a little less than a quarter cup of sugar. Or like you saw, 2 spoonfuls of the sugar. Right? So it's really not that much. So again, all we're waiting for it is to actually brown. I happen to like a dark stew. Right? So this is where the Trinidadian part of it comes in.
Yep.
The Guyanese they don't burn the sugar, right? Some may put a little bit of casrip, some may not. I happen to like the burnt sugar taste. I happen to like the caramelized taste, as you said.
You like it dark?
Like it dark.
I remember on the Food Network there was a man filming a Trinidadian lady making pilau, and when she was burning the sugar like that, he asked her, "Sure, anyway, what you doing?" Because he never saw it in his life.
No, it's, I've been to a good few Caribbean islands, and Trinidad is one of the few places that does this. I soaked a pound of chana and a half a pound of black eye last night for this particular serving. Soak it overnight and then boil it in a little bit of salted water beforehand, and we're good to go.
So I hope you're taking
I will
notes.
have it up probably tonight. Right, we're almost there. It's getting dark on the bottom. Foaming up.
4 minutes, looking beautiful, man. Side.
So not head first, Hitman, tail first.
Alright, at this point in time, you can throw it in. Again, I like it a little bit darker. Right?
Cook it the way you live,
Right?
you taste it.
So I am making it a little bit darker. It might look like it's burnt. There's a very fine line between very dark and burnt. If it's burnt, throw it out, start over. I've done that before. I've done that before. Because you see right? See that right there? That is it.
Okay, easy there, boy, Hitman, easy.
Just say you have to wait to hear the
Yeah.
chow.
Chow.
Right?
Look at it.
If you don't hear that sound, you don't feel like you're cooking.
You hear that popping sound?
Yeah.
That is from the fat. Right? So you have to be very careful. See, I'm keeping a little distance here.
Let go a little oil,
It
right?
will let go a little grease. That's why I didn't put that much grease to brown it in the beginning. Right? Because it will release.
Oh, that's why you want
Right?
to make that oil.
A little bit of oil. I've had this with beef. I've had it with salted beef. Salted beef for this is good.
So you have salt beef tail or
No.
cattle tail? You don't have that?
No, it's chunks of the meat.
All right.
It's easier for me to tell you what I haven't eaten and what I've eaten. Right? I'm very adventurous, so I eat anything.
What's one of the most adventurous meat you ever had?
Oh Lord, I've had down to crickets, scorpions, snake. I didn't.
Rattlesnake.
I've had rattlesnake. I've had snake here in Trinidad.
Trinidad snake.
Well, I had a little story about that. Now, I did not know Trinidad had porcupine. For the life of me, I did not know they had porcupine. So I thought them calling me to go and make a line. Right? So I ducked them. Right? Actually, they came by my house with this critter. But the porcupine was absolutely best. So that is the wildest meat I've had in Trinidad. Alright, back to the dish. Perfectly brown, right? Not burnt, right? We're good to go. From here, what we're gonna add is our vegetables, right? So these have been pre-chopped. I use a processor. make life easy, right? If you don't have one, simply dice as small as you can, right? So we're going in with the carrots.
Enough vegetables, bro.
Tons of vegetables.
I guess that would just give it the, you know?
Perfect way to get your kids to eat it without them knowing. Mince everything up. Onions. We have mixed pimentos here, green, yellow, red.
Lots of pimento.
Lots of pimentos. You can substitute the pimentos and add sweet peppers if you like. Now, I had two sets of the vegetables here. Some finely minced, which is going in now. That is going to meld into the dish. It's going to melt in. Right?
So this is the celery here.
Right, so that's the celery going in. Right?
Celery.
We're going to put in some fresh thyme. Right? On the stalks, very easy, pull it out after.
Oh.
Right? This concoction I have here. Right? Garlic, a whole head of garlic. Not a clove, a whole head of garlic. Right? Sage. Some shadow benny, bandanya, and some podina. Right? So we're going to use half of it. Right? The next half we're going to leave for last to freshen up the dish. Right? So we're putting this in here now. Again, everything is just going to season up the butts. Alright?
More meat, the rice.
Alright, and you give it a stir. So for people who don't know what the purina is,
Podina is
Spanish thyme.
Spanish thyme. I've heard it by different names. I've heard it by Spanish thyme, I've heard it by podina. I've heard someone call it crazy thyme. I personally know it as podina.
Well, I call it one day at a time.
Yep. So you see what's going on here. That once that go in there, it absorbs everything. It absorbs the caramelized sugar, right? A little bit of grease.
And you're smelling that pimento.
Smelling the pimentos. Another thing I added on here was a half a pepper. Very, very little. Hot pepper. Hot pepper. Right? Scotch bonnets. Or your favorite hot pepper. Anything would work. Right? So at this point in time, we're good to go here. Vegetables are getting soft. You wouldn't get that popping anymore that you were saying before, simply because we added the vegetables. It absorbed the grease. So now you wouldn't have that popping. You don't have to worry about this now, really. Right? So all you simply do is let it cook down a little bit more. This is optional. Right? Ketchup.
Ketchup.
Very optional.
For some people, I know it wouldn't be optional. They would make sure and put it.
Sure and put it in. Not much. Simply to just give a tang. Alright, so then by the time we're done here, probably 2.5, 3 tablespoons. Alright? It gives it that little tang, it gives it that little sourish taste.
They look like good butters to eat just
Perfect butters, man, let me tell you.
Butters.
By the way, Hitman does not drink alcohol. So I want the people outside there to know that. Don't mind he sounding like he drink 4 bottles, but he will eat the pork, but he wouldn't drink alcohol.
That is perfect butters. That is how I came up. Well, that is how I came up with the dish.
If you had to eat this, how long more you had to cook here?
You can take it out now.
No, it done cook already.
Right?
And ladies and gentlemen, we will try something. You know, we Trini is nice. Thank you very much. This will go down later. Right.
Alright, so vegetables, everything here is soft at this point in time. I'm going to add the rice first. Alright? We're not going to use all this rice. We put in the rice to absorb any other little bit of grease that might be in the dish. Again, it's not a lot, but it's going to absorb and it will flavor the rice. Right? Good. So I could actually get away with putting more, but I want to see how the provision and the beans and stuff will go.
So that's an average of how many cups of rice?
That is an average of 3 cups.
Alright.
Right? Right, so your traditional pilau is right there. Your traditional Trinidad pilau is good to go right there. All you need to do here right now is add your water. Let it come to a boil, let it simmer, and that is your
Trinidad style.
That is your Trinidad style.
So
right
you could add some coconut milk.
You can add some coconut milk.
And peas.
Pigeon
Well,
peas.
Trinidad thing.
Yeah, pigeon peas, corn, red bean.
So we're gonna really throw in the Guyanese thing there.
We're doing the Guyanese part of it in a couple of minutes.
They come from the country they call Guyana. Land of the bauxite, the rice and sugar. Me say pack up me grip and let me go.
At this point in time, no salt. Right? Because of the pigtail, I left it with a little bit more salt in the meat itself. So at this point you really don't have to add salt and things, right? Now it's easier to add salt than take out. this is where the Guyanese part of it comes in. Right? Again, just to absorb.
And a lot of people watching would be seeing something like this for the very first time
First time.
in Trinidad.
Now this is a little concoction here. It's coconut milk
Secret ingredient.
and secret
I
ingredient.
would not ask.
So you add that in. Alright, that will again get absorbed right in. So it will get absorbed right away.
Hey, you make me want to go coffee or something for me now. Add that in here. So just to try it myself.
Just to try it yourself, right? All I need in this now is some water.
I'm in heaven when I eat my pork.
So now, we add our water.
Yeah. Water.
To smell anything burning, it's really not burning per se. That's the coconut milk. The coconut milk has a lot of sugar in it, right? So when you put that in there, you will get that slight.
Like it's sweet.
I thought it was hitman smelling, so.
I will add a little bit more water to this. Just to have a whole lot of
Outside the rice and sugar, we come from the country they call Guyana. Land of the bauxite, the rice
Put a
and
bit of-
sugar. We say park up,
Again,
make
with
we
cassava,
with
put
cassava,
the
right? But again, chicken, fish, whatever the case might be, right?
I love fish.
Not fish? You'll be surprised what you could stew in it.
The Trinidadians don't have fish soup, eh? Unless they fish broth.
Listen, you ever had stew goat?
Oh, yeah, go on now.
Stew goat tastes better to me than a curry goat, you know. Again, personal preference. I happen to like a stew.
Come on, me and you, I wouldn't say live in one house.
So is it true that if you wash the goat too much, the taste will come out?
Well, from what I hear, right, the more you wash the meat, the more the flavor will come out. That applies to anything. The chicken, to the fish, whatever the case might be. In Trinidad, I don't want to say you guys overly wash your meat, but you overly wash your meat.
Hey, yeah.
And the ratios. It's a recipe, it's a guideline, right? Make this your own, right? So if you don't want to put the black eye and you want to add red beans, go ahead. If you want to put black beans, you put that. I never had it. I had it with red beans, it was good to go. But I had a little more chana than the black eye. Again, my personal preference, right? And the rice didn't get to absorb fully yet, right? That is what we're waiting for. The rice in this dish, right, is simply a filler. Right, because of the cassava, the black eye, the chana, all the vegetables stuff. Right. At this point in time, what we could do is we could drop the heat a little bit. Otherwise, you'll have to keep constantly adding water. Right.
Because you want it to cook.
Because you want it to cook down, right? So what I'm going to do is reduce the.
You know what you're doing, sir?
Not really.
Iron Man.
First time I'm doing this dish.
See, it's a the fireside, but it's not true. This is a modern day version of the fireside, you know?
So how you lower the chulha? You pull out some wood?
Pull out some of the wood, pull it out and put it on the side.
Yeah.
That kind of thing now.
Yeah, this is a modern day gas version of the churrasco.
So that's it there. Again, at this point in time, just waiting for it to cook through.
Come right back again.
What we could do, we'll give it the next 5-10 minutes. The next time we come around to turn this, I'll add the chunky veg and half of the sardines, right? And then we'll let that cook through. Once I realize everything is done, then I'll add out the rest of the ingredients. Dish is done, serve up, eat. Right?
Eat. My favorite
Favorite part, right?
favorite part.
So how we looking?
How we looking?
Feeling good. At this point in time, let's see here, cassava. Cassava now breaking up, so it can take a little while. Rice, still have a little hardness there. Alright, we're going to add some more of the water in there.
Because I remember you said it's going to be a bit soupy.
It's going to be a little bit soupy, right? So, again, same thing with the salt. You can always add, you can't take away.
Right.
So you're adding a little bit at a time.
So you're going to taste it a little bit first before you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but when hitman tasting all finished before it done cook.
Right, so this is where we save the chunky veg. Right, so at this point in time, we're going to put that in. Right. We could put the rest of the seasoning just to freshen it up. Time, we had enough time.
Yeah, we had plenty time today.
Land of the bauxite, the rice and sugar. We come from the country they call Guyana. Land of
this
the
still have
bauxite, the
probably an next 15, 20 minutes here, so we'll watch it. Actually, what we'll do now, we'll add half.
I was wondering.
Wondering, right? We'll put half, right? We'll add some of the sauce, which is the tomato sauce.
Right.
I like this a little bit chunky, so I'll keep most of it for last, right?
This is the interesting part.
Right. Again, Trini people, don't let this throw you off, huh? don't let it throw you off. Trust me.
You got that with Trini here.
Trust me. Trust me.
And you get out all through it.
Hitman, talk for yourself.
It blends perfectly right into the dish.
We don't have no alligator in Trinidad.
You have cayman.
Yep.
All tastes the same, like chicken.
Exactly.
So you had caimans?
I had cayman, I had alligator.
And you love that here now.
This one here is not the Asian fusion.
Oh, it's not.
No, this is the
Guy trip.
Guy Trin
All right.
fusion.
But I saw Asian fusion just now. He was taking our picture.
Oh, all right. Okay. You saw the Asian. Well, actually, that gentleman there, right, can't speak a lick of English, right? But he will sing all kind of bhajan for you. In fact, you could pull him it, man. I bet he could pull a little bhajan for you.
Yeah.
And me now, I don't know a lick, I know bhajan or nothing like that. But I will be there with a wok, cooking Chinese for you, and he's singing bhajan next to me. Okay. A bit soupy, right? It still have a while to go. The cassava is pretty much cooked, but we want it a little bit softer than that, right? See? It's edible, you know, it's perfectly cooked right here, but we want it a little bit softer, right? Right, so what you do, you spoon down and you scrape the bottom as you're going, because at this point in time you'll start to get it sticking, right? All the starch will tend to settle to the bottom. Keeping in mind that I still have the sardine to add, right? So that is why you taste constantly. Right, so in 15 minutes this will be done, maximum.
Right, so you've been watching the Chunkay of the Day with the compliments of Regal. Fine range of products. Of course, Regal Roti Mix and Regal Olive Oil. Extra virgin, like Hitman here. Right, so this was our chef for today. This, of course, is Steven Sisarran.
Sisarran, yeah.
Right.
Close
so,
enough.
Close enough.
So, how long again you'll be in Trinidad before you fly out?
I will be in Trinidad until June 3rd.
I have a feeling you want to go, you know.
Well, you know, again, I came for 2 weeks for Carnival and I've been here ever since. So
He was hooked.
see something I like down here, man. The culture, the people, Trinidad in general.
All right, so you want to hail out anybody on
Yes, my two daughters, Maya, Kayla Sisarran,
they are where?
they are in Tampa, Florida.
Tampa people, Hitman say big up.
Anybody
My
else?
two beautiful daughters, my mom and dad in New York, my two sisters, Sherry, other sister in Virginia. Again, the host that
Yes,
today.
and you would like to tell us
Yep, the Harry
something.
Charan family. Appreciate it very much. Thanks to you, I've had the space.
You gotta thank the Haitian family for having us.
Yep, and we're good to go with that.
Food and thing looking real good.
All right, so you want to thank Hitman and of course the chef. And Hitman now is going to taste this and tell you how it tastes.
Woo!
Yes, I'll hold him. You want to hold him mic for
He
you?
will do the honors.
I'll hold him mic for you. Take in mind, you know, he ain't touching he one yet.
Yeah. No, you can tell how Hitman is tasting this by his reaction, not by his words.
No dance?
Now you want to say, in Trinidad we have a saying.
Uh-huh.
I put you in house.
Right.
In my case, I can put you in the house next to me.
Next to you, we're good to go with that.
And it had no house next to here. It's a kennel and
Oh,
out.
you want dog?
He living in the bush.
Living in the
I know, but yo, amazing.
Cool.
Amazing, I love it, and I know a lot of it is like for everybody out there. I hope you guys enjoyed what we did. Beautiful.
And try it.
Excellent. Try it. Very simple
And they
dish.
can get the recipe on
Your page, because I'll be posting it on his page.
Hitman Facebook. Find me. I'm there.
Excellent. So I'll post the full recipe there for you.
Full recipe. And CTV.
All right, so until next Sunday when we'll have another interesting recipe for you. If you want us in your kitchen, give us a call, 740-7133.
In your kitchen, give us a call.
Us.
If you don't want Hitman in your kitchen, give us a call as well.
Personal chef.